Hi everyone, Sarah Hall here, and this is your full moon reading with spiritual guidance spanning from June 17th through July 1st, 2019. The full moon will be in the sign of Sagittarius and is bringing us an important opportunity to wrap up the lessons of the last eclipse cycle that began on January 5th of this year. This moon cycle will be full of lessons and opportunities for making your long-term dreams come true. Now is the time to fine-tune and complete any major steps and goals that you've been thinking of that will feed into those long-term dreams. One of the major spiritual lessons that your angels are guiding into your life is to have faith in yourself. Believing in yourself is key to your success. And the angels are helping you to develop expansive and unlimited faith in yourself now. This is because one of the main spiritual purposes of the angels is to help you develop higher consciousness, or in other words, to see closer to the way in which God sees. Because God can see the whole and complete you, it perceives you as you are in divine truth, completely unlimited. That perspective is your birthright as a child of God. And the angels are here to help you claim it this moon cycle. According to Archangel Michael, a key aspect of transcending limits in your perspective and thereby having complete, unchallenged faith in yourself is to release attachment to ego. Ego is the aspect of your being we often refer to as maybe the lower self, or the part of us that operates under a concept of separateness from God, the universe, and others. It is the only part of ourselves that is capable of feeling fear or attaching to hardship. This moon cycle is a moon cycle for freeing yourself of the ego's mistaken, limited beliefs and thought patterns. And, according to Archangel Michael, one of the strongest ways in which you are now being helped to do so is through practicing patience. One of the most common ways in which we as human beings may find ourselves stumbling or falling short of believing in ourselves fully is in allowing the ego to convince us that we need instantaneous outer results, outer validation, or proof of our success and worth. This can cause us to feel very impatient and uncomfortable as we journey through the process of manifesting, because we'll often find ourselves perhaps comparing our success or our outer appearance to others, or relying on other people's opinions to make us feel like we're good enough. According to Archangel Michael, the most effective way to make your dreams come true is to develop the inner mindset of confidence, acceptance, gratitude, and faith first. It's putting the cart before the horse to ask the universe to give you results. Then you'll start to feel at peace. Instead, practice daily to build your peace from within first. Then you'll see the outer world results manifesting easily. Moreover, you'll have a healthier and much more fulfilling relationship with those outer results, because there will be no part of your psyche desperately clinging to those results in the hopes that they'll provide you with something that you think that you don't have. In effect, this shift of awareness is one in which, in truth, you're being guided to move from a lack-based consciousness into a consciousness of abundance. According to the angels, this moon cycle is a great time to practice self-discipline, presence, and affirmations of faith. These practices will help to lessen the patterns of the ego and create more enjoyment and peace in your present moments. And speaking of peace and appreciation of the present moment, the angels would also like to remind you that it is healthy to release attachment to short-term gratification. Impulsive over-attachment to short-term gratification, in truth, is just the ego's way of trying to get you to escape being present with where you are right now in life. Honing your faith and a practice of self-discipline will keep you focused on your higher calling so that you can journey towards sustainable, long-term well-being and successful manifestation of your goals. Within the current energy, you may notice that you're feeling very intensely driven towards your goals. Now, passion for your dreams is healthy, but do not let that strong emotional energy turn into nervous, judging, or overpressuring energy. Remember that you are the artist of your consciousness. And with practice and intention, you get to choose how you'll think, believe, and feel. If you find yourself facing any nervous energy or old ego-based patterns, the angels simply guide you to work on developing your self-awareness. To bring awareness to unconscious negative patterns is to bring light to darkness. And your light will help you discover your path. And speaking of the light, this moon cycle is taking us into the solstice on June 21st. It will be summer solstice here in the northern hemisphere and winter solstice in the southern hemisphere. And solstice, from a spiritual consciousness point of view, is the representation of your light's triumph. Light is reborn anew in winter solstice and reaches its pinnacle of brightness during the summer solstice, each marking the death of the ego and the discovery of God's presence within you. So prioritize and celebrate the rising of your true self out of the lower patterns of the ego this moon cycle. The angels will certainly be guiding you and celebrating with you every step of the way. Today, I'm going to be working with the Wild Wisdom of the Fairy Oracle card by Lucy Cavendish so that we can see what other messages the angels have in store for us this moon cycle. Our first card is Fairy Lovers. Fairy Lovers. As soon as I turned over this card, I felt the angels coming through with the message that all of this personal growth that we're experiencing right now is having an effect on our relationships. The angels are inviting you to become very mindful of how you relate with the ones that you love most in your life. This is a great moon cycle for bringing greater harmony to your relationships by way of increasing your appreciation for those around you. The angels are reminding you that your life's companions are the souls who are here to be your greatest teachers. Allow yourself to become a better conduit of love and understanding in your relationships, and you'll be growing and learning beautifully this moon cycle. Now, the angels would also like to add that this is a beautiful moon cycle for bonding with other people. If you're looking for love, know that there are higher energies that are at work guiding you right now towards the soulmate who will help to teach you best. Or if you're already in a romantic partnership, notice that what comes up in your relationships now is part of a deeper karmic lesson in expanding love's reach within you. Our second card is the Midnight Prince. The Midnight Prince. This is a fun card with a great deal of symbolic content. Midnight in our collective human consciousness, which is full of so many stories and archetypes and ideas, often represents the magical hour, a time in many myths and stories when supernatural activity seems to be peaking, coming alive, when we have stepped outside of the ordinary world of order and predictability and into the magical world. So in this card, the Midnight Prince represents a magical, synchronistic gift giver, a grantor of wishes. This card arises today, according to what I'm receiving from the angels, as a reminder that they are helping to guide this life of yours. There are guiding forces in your life. This is a reminder that you're never alone in manifesting your dreams. You are guided by forces that are all-seeing and all-powerful. And if you know that this is true, you will also know that you can therefore trust what life brings you. You are journeying through a harmonious web of energy in this life. Trust that the people that show up, the messages that show up, the lessons and the opportunities that arise are each here for some reason to help serve your greater purpose. So as you meet with synchronicities this moon cycle, or perhaps when you find yourself calling on higher energies, be sure to set your intentions very high. Spirit knows you fully, and so there's really no need to hold back any part of yourself from Spirit. Surrender your highest intentions to Spirit through prayer or through meditation this moon cycle, and know that intention is a very, very powerful creative force, and that in using it, you'll be linking up with those higher energies. Our third and final card is the Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper. This card comes as a reminder that time moves in spirals, and therefore so too do karmic cycles. We learn and process ideas and rites of passage that seem cyclical, like the orbiting of the earth and the cycling of the seasons, cyclical. But in truth, no two circle journeys are exactly the same. We circle around again with consciousness that is new each time, perhaps wiser than the last time before. And so instead of just traveling in the same circle again and again, the angels tell us that we are really traveling in spirals, going over the same path, but perhaps a little bit higher above from a different perspective this time than from last, evolving as we go. So this card is here to tell you that you are about to pass through the gates of a new karmic cycle of lessons in your life. Which makes sense. After all, we are exiting the old eclipse cycle that began in January, and now we're preparing to pass through the gates of a new eclipse cycle this July. So what old ground do you recognize here? What lessons are asking you to return to them with higher consciousness? Be present with your mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical state this moon cycle. Prepare for the shift of the next eclipse season by truly tuning into yourself, listening to your feelings. This season is one of deepening self-knowledge and opportunities for healing in your self-relationship. So remember, the angels are telling you about what they said earlier in this video, that your relationship with yourself, your experiences in your inner world are the most important leading force in what you experience in your life. And so let your inner self-relationship be your highest priority and your most sacred temple of love and spiritual devotion. And thank you so much for your presence today. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. It is my honor to know you, and I'm so looking forward to seeing the growth that this moon cycle will help to bring us. Remember that you will have the opportunity to connect with me live for your own personal angel reading during Angel Hour on Wednesday, June 19th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern on Bring Me to Life Radio, and during the next episode of Through the Eyes of the Angels on Thursday, June 20th at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, where I will be discussing the spiritual power of empaths. You'll see all the links to connect with me there below, along with links where you can find me on social media. And if you'd like your own personal reading or healing session with me, you can go ahead and visit sarahhall.com to sign up. It is my honor to be connected with you. And I hope that you'll remember, until next time, that you are so loved and so very blessed.